Hey guys, parenting is crazy hard, isn't it? And there's no one way to do it. And I don't know about you, but I did not get the complete manual to parenting excellence when we adopted our first baby. It's tough, and we're trying to figure it out. And hi, I'm Greg Denny. I've been able to work with parents and youth and families for over 20 years, all around the world, and have learned some incredible things along the way. And even in my own journey growing up, we had multiple stepdads, and then I was out on my own early. And as a young man, I'm out just like thinking about how I want to be a parent when I grow up, and seeing all kinds of different parenting styles and staying with different families, and then studying parenting voraciously and personal development. And I've learned what works and what doesn't work. And working with great families all over the world, I've learned that there's three things that really good parents are doing wrong without knowing it. And I want to share those things with you today. Number one, they're trying to do it alone. And this is the case with the great parents like you, right? You're like, I'm smart, I'm educated, I'm successful, I got this, right? But we can't do it alone. We literally cannot do it alone. To raise a really great kid, we need perspectives and experiences and skills and ability and knowledge way beyond our own capabilities. We just can't have all those skills and abilities and perspectives. And that's what makes humanity great, right? And so we have to get help. We need to get coaches and mentors and tutors. Wherever we are in the world, we sign up our kids for great classes. We'll have tutors, instructors come to the house. We just have experts come in and great people. And we're hiring mentors and coaches and getting our kids involved with great friends and other great youth. We've got to have this whole team put together to help us raise our kids, and reading great books and taking great courses. It's interesting that a lot of parents are like, man, I don't need help. You only need help as you don't need parenting books or parenting courses or classes if you suck at it and everything's going wrong. And that's just not true. We all need it, because if extraordinary is possible, then good is not enough, right? And so we need to be reading the books, taking the classes, being actively involved in becoming our best selves and getting all these resources in for our kids. So don't do that. If you've been kind of rolling along and like, hey, we got this, don't do that. Get it out there. Now, number two is ironic. It almost seems like the opposite of what I just said. Number two is a lot of really good parents, they outsource their parenting. And by that I mean they kind of almost unconsciously assume that, well, man, if I send my kids to school and I take them to church and I put them in clubs and teams and classes, then the parenting will happen. They'll get what they need. And that's not true either. Like, only you can be the parent to your kid. All these other people that we hire and help, they can do a lot of things and provide a lot of support, but you are the only one that can be the parent to your child. And so you have to do it. And the parenting, that's the tough stuff, but it's also the rewarding stuff and the best stuff. And that cannot be outsourced. Man, you can outsource so many other things, but you cannot outsource parenting. So mom or dad, you got to be engaged in this. And if you have inadvertently been outsourcing that, or been kind of assuming that your kids would pick it up, like it would just kind of happen automatically, or by sending them to church or school or teams or clubs that it would happen, not so, my friends. It won't happen. And so literally by these first two steps, so much is missing out, and our kids are unprepared for life. Number three is actually the toughest and most ironic one. A lot of good parents make a huge mistake by trying to give their kids a good life by providing everything for them. And I know this one might be unpopular and it's kind of hard to understand, but like, the worst thing we can do for our kids, maybe not the worst thing, but one of the worst things we can do for our kids is make their lives super easy. And I know we do it out of the best of intentions of our heart. I've done it tons of times. Like, I love my kids. I want them to have a good life. I don't want them to struggle like I struggled. I want to make sure they have all the great things that are available. And when we do that, it's like, I read this story one time of a man opening a chrysalis to let out a butterfly. And he saw I was struggling and struggling and struggling, and then it stopped. He thought I was too exhausted. He's like, oh, I'll just help it. And he slid it open and let it out, and it had this big blobby body and these little wings. And by trying to help it, he'd actually ruined its life. It never, the strain, the struggle, the pressure, the growth that came from that struggle and from getting exhausted and frustrated, that struggle is what built the wings. And because he tried to help it avoid the struggle, it didn't develop the strength to fly. And so many good parents end up doing that. And so when their kids are ready to launch into life, to go to college, to go in the workplace, to go on a mission, to go do something in adult life, they're not ready. And it's because with the best of intentions, we've made their lives too easy. Now, we don't want to torture our kids, and we don't want to make their lives terrible, right? We want them to have great, healthy, happy lives. But that has to include challenges and obstacles that they choose, because we're leading the way, we're setting an example, and we're like, hey, let's do these really hard things together. Let's work on these things. Let's go after it. Let's struggle and strain and work and make ourselves hard, because again, like, kids who have it easy at home will have it hard in life. And so give them challenges. Make them earn things. Like, I have a whole course on that, actually. Like this family economy where our kids earn it all. Some days they even have to earn their own food. And we set it up so they can succeed, but they're learning the principles of buying their own food and buying their own clothes and paying for their own entertainment and earning the big things that they want. But we have to make it possible for them to learn and grow and be challenged and face difficult things, so they're prepared for life. They can do hard stuff and they can make it happen. So you guys, get help. Get lots of help. Don't outsource your parenting. Only you can do the parenting. And then make sure that your life for your kids is not too easy. Now, you guys, I've been mentoring youth and families for almost two decades, and I've discovered what really works and how to mentor and lead youth along and help them engage. And one of the things with number one especially is getting outside help, especially when our children become youth and all of a sudden they stop listening to us, and they used to adore us and love us and listen to everything, and now they're like, whatever. It's that as they're becoming youth, they need outside mentors. And so I offer these classes that are inspiring and encouraging and motivating and instructional. They hit the academics, but they hit the life principles and lessons, habits for success, how to lead their own lives, and how to be successful in life, in relationships and health and mind and emotions and finances and friendship and all that stuff. And just check out the link below. I got live classes going through the summer and the fall, and classes for parents too. So jump in there, take advantage of them, do everything you can. Well, you guys, parenting is the best thing we can do in life and the most important thing. And it's worth everything we invest into. Jump in, check them out, jump in those classes, get your kids signed up for the ones they love, and we'll see you in class. Reach upward.